This is Beth Cummins continuing her book. This poem is The Friendly Dog. And there's the friendly dog. And I'm going to read you a rhyme about it. The friendly dog loves to walk around, not judging anyone, and is not too proud. Their ears perk up with every sound. They listen and see what's all around. They sniff the world as they are walking. How they move, it can seem that they are talking. They know when to stop and get their rest. They try to show what they think is best. To rest, play, and eat is what they need. They have no grudge and show no greed. And there's some fun facts about dogs. And everybody has, or knows somebody has a dog. So you probably know these fun facts anyway. The next poem is The Adorable Duck. The adorable duck is a hardy waterfowl. It does not come out at night like an owl. Ducklings are taught water skills, then they learn to fly. They land in the water from up in the sky. We like to feed ducklings bread and more. The ducks can eat plants, insects, and are omnivores. Of course, their quack is their call or sound. You can always tell when there's a duck around. Everybody's been to a pond and water, and or seen them in a book. And there's a picture of the duck. The next poem and rhyme is The Gripping Gecko. And you can color these pictures. Most of them. Usually I didn't color the ones that weren't black. You find a little lizard that's moving very fast. When you see a gecko, it may be running past. Even without eyelids, its vision's very keen. He uses his long tongue to keep his lenses clean. It's the only reptile that makes vocal sounds, communicates in his group when we're not around. This carnivore eats insects and small animals, stays out at night even though it's very small. Geckos are really cool, and we get to see geckos on TV in commercials and stuff. But real geckos can do all kind of fun things, and the fun facts are on there. The next rhyme poem is The Gliding Goldfish. And there's the gliding goldfish. In a plastic bag, you bring it to your home. If you buy or win it, it's still your own. Then you may put it in a goldfish bowl. Name it as you wish, but don't use a pole. Golden shiny, you watch it swim and glide in the fish bowl that is now at your side. You learn it has gills and needs fish food, and then you find out that it also has fish food. You have to take care of it as it needs, and you are the one who are responsible for its feeds. So as long as it lives, you have a pet, one that maybe always you won't ever forget. 2 generations ago, when I was little, people got goldfish as prizes when they went to amusement parks or festivals or something. And they don't really do that anymore, but people have aquariums with goldfish in them. And your first goldfish when I was little was something that you just never forgot. You either named it Goldie or Shiny or something and took care of it. And you learn to love it and keep it and take care of something living. And that's real important. The jumping grasshopper is the next rhyme poem. And there's my jumping grasshopper. You can see some of the fun facts if I put it up close enough. When you see a grasshopper, you know that he knows you're around. It senses your presence, even though you don't make a sound. It has big hind legs and big eyes, too. After all, it's not living safely in a local zoo. Rodents, spiders, and birds want to eat it every day. A herbivore, it eats only plants, and it's not in the way. It's found mostly on the grass, trees, and ground. In autumn, they are said to most likely abound. There's a lot more of them around at that time. To make the land better, we all share the job of this brown or green hopping arthropod. And, my point was to teach you a little bit about a grasshopper. And most people like grasshoppers. The jumpy groundhog is one of my favorites too. Because I'm a Pennsylvanian and I'm not that far from Punxsutawney Phil. I am a groundhog fan. The jumpy groundhog has his very own day. It's the day he comes out to say. By seeing his shadow or seeing none, he lets us know if spring will come. He looks so unhappy in P.A. Punxsutawney, he looks like he'd rather be with his mommy. But yearly on February 2nd, a groundhog or woodchuck, it's just the tradition and it's his luck. Punxsutawney Phil is taken out of hibernation. Any groundhog would be grumpy to be awoken to a big celebration. They pull him out and see if he sees his shadow or not to see if there's 6 more weeks of winter. Now this is the hiding hippopotamus. And the hidden hippopotamus is a strange sight. Half in and half out of the water, and it's not all that light. A herbivore, and it eats lots of plants each and every day. Walks and swims and can even quickly run away. Closes its nostrils so it can swim underwater. Acts in this way just like a tiny river otter. When it's yawning, it's not happy too. Best to see him in a book or a local zoo. Hippopotamuses, you have to know what you're doing and see it in a zoo. They have a really long lifespan. The steady steed is a horse. The horse is a noble, steady steed. It carries and pulls to meet people's needs. Not everyone has one because it needs space to roam. It can move with incredible speed and doesn't like to be far from home. It needs brushed and can wear horseshoes to protect its feet. It can take you from place to place to watch him eat. Sometimes they are raced and don't want to be last. A horse really can move very fast. A horse's shoe is sometimes seen as a symbol of luck. A horse can go places you can't go in a truck. Horses were used to move things, and now trucks are used to move things when you don't use a horse. So I wrote a poem about the horse. This is the happy hummingbird. I'm trying to get really close here. There he goes. Because the happy hummingbird is eating from a handheld feeder. And look how happy he looks. And you were really happy too when you were holding a handheld feeder. And they eating from any kind of feeder is wonderful. The hummingbird can flitter and fly by. You barely see their wings from any sky. All of a sudden, you're able to clearly see a beautiful sight of colors moving free. This bird with wings moving so very fast that they float and fly like a hovercraft. They get sugar from flowers. Its tongues are very long. Happily perching and sipping, it's singing a song. Finding food they need that is available to eat, watching them is really neat. So we can help them with feeders that we buy. So when it is time again, near us they will fly.